My name is Brandon Woodhouse. I'm a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, infantry, and got out in 2005 after serving in Iraq for a couple of tours. I had multiple injuries, and I've been working with the VA for a significant period of time since then. I have been dealing with weight management on and off for several years, but my most recent time was I started in May of 2025, coming to the Move Clinic here at the Boise VA, and decided that it was time for me to make some changes in order to make sure that my body was running as efficiently as it could. The reason why I decided to get into the Move program is because I had gained a significant amount of weight, and it was complicating a lot of the injuries that I had while I was on active duty service. And after talking to my doctor, we decided that the first step in a program to try to help alleviate some of the pain and deal with some of the injuries was for me to get involved with the Move program and attempt to use more natural methods to lose weight before moving into prescription medications or anything that could potentially cause additional complications. So I started in the Moves program in May of 2025. I spent 16 weeks going through the program. I did graduate from the program and have continued to work with Mina and the Move program coordinator. As I continue on my weight loss journey, I continue towards a more healthy lifestyle. And I primarily attended just by calling in to the weekly sessions. It was something that I was able to do very easily from home or while I was on work travel. I believe that I missed one session because of a work-related trip, but I found it was very easy to attend while I was either at home in my home office or at my workplace. I was able to find a space and be able to attend and participate in the sessions pretty easily. My experience with Move was really surprising because I walked into Move, like I said, I had gone through multiple different weight loss journeys, and I kind of felt like I already knew what I needed to do. It was just trying to get myself to do it. And so I walked into Move saying that this was going to be another program that wasn't going to work. And then when I first started, and especially my first session with the other veterans, I felt almost embarrassed that I was even there. I've been an athlete. I've gone through multiple different programs, and the Moves program, I just really didn't have a lot of faith in it. And then I got to week 3. I just kept on telling myself, keep going. I got to week 3, and I started picking up on the shared experiences that I had with the other veterans that were in the program. I wasn't special. I wasn't different. I didn't know more than anybody else in that room, but we all struggled in the same way. And it was surprising to me that I found a group of veterans that was able to share the same thoughts that I shared, communicate the same struggles that I was going through, and started learning. I started really opening my mind to learning from not only the veterans that were in the program, but also the facilitators, the group facilitators. And I picked up on a few tips and tricks that I was able to immediately apply. There were some weight loss calorie counting applications that some of the other veterans suggested that I was able to start using immediately. There was some exercise programs that, I'd always, being a Marine and being an athlete in the past, I'd always had this expectation that I was needing to perform at a certain level. But the other veterans really made me feel okay that I wasn't able to do that anymore. My body's no longer able to do what I was able to do when I was 20. And so they gave me alternatives, gave me other options of how is it that I can have a healthy lifestyle. It looks different now, but it's still moving towards that goal, and it doesn't need to be the extreme exercise programs that I've always experienced in the past. And through that, the other piece that I found that was probably the most helpful was the psychological safety that was created inside that group. I didn't know that I needed that. I didn't know that I needed the help and the support network and the other veterans sharing their experiences, sharing their struggles, in order for it to really impact me. But that was probably the most helpful out of the entire 16 weeks of realizing that I wasn't going through that alone, that the depression that comes with extreme weight gain and not being able to do things the way that you used to be able to do is not unique to me. It's something that we all experience, and the group made it okay for me to feel those things and to acknowledge them and then to deal with them in a healthy way and start looking at my health journey from a different perspective. So the InBody assessment that I was able to take at the VA when I would come in for my checkups was actually really helpful. My home scale, it's supposed to be able to measure your body fat percentage and muscle mass and things like that. And it does, but the InBody assessment was very helpful because it did it much more accurately. And working with the move coordinator, she was able to explain to me what all of the numbers meant. I didn't always understand that when I hit these plateaus of weight loss, that there were certain changes that I could be making in order to help overcome that plateau, or that even though it only said that I lost a pound, it was because I gained 3 pounds of muscle, and that was able to be easily explained to me, and I was able to see it on paper, and then I was able to track it over time. So I was able to watch as the charts were showing not only my weight loss and my body fat percentage loss, but my muscle gain, and even though my weight was kind of staying steady, you could see that there were changes in my body, and so the InBody assessment really helped quite a bit. So some of the biggest changes that I made was the way that I looked at food, and not necessarily thinking that I needed to stay on the strict diet, but being able to give myself forgiveness. That when I have a holiday or when there's a company party or a social gathering that I needed to take part in, that I didn't have to completely restrict myself and take the fun out of eating, but I could make really good choices that would not necessarily impact me long term. Also, when I had one of those meals and decided that I was going to have fun and let loose a little bit, to get right back on track and to make sure that I was looking at this as a long-term effort and a lifestyle change rather than a temporary goal that I was trying to achieve. This isn't necessarily, you always hear in weight loss programs, set a goal for yourself, and now the new goal is to maintain a healthy lifestyle, not try to achieve some milestone that is kind of arbitrary, and once you achieve it, then you can kind of give up. Instead, it's really more of a lifestyle change in the way that you look at food, at exercise differently as you're continuing to get older and dealing with injuries, but really a psychological shift in the way it is that I think about my health. So far through the program, and I say so far because even though I graduated, I'm still on this journey. I've lost a total of 30 pounds. I've seen my blood pressure come back to within healthy levels. I no longer have to worry about blood pressure medication. It was the first time in probably 8 years that my VA doctor gave me a clean bill of health. And I am off of all prescription medications. I have had to, the biggest bad thing that's happened is I've had to go out and buy new clothes. And so that's been a little bit of a challenge of having to go out and buy new clothes, but it's pretty exciting as well. So again, the biggest thing that I saw from the Moose program was the other veterans that were showing up every single week and encouraging me and explaining their own struggles, what they were dealing with, so I didn't feel like I was alone any longer. The facilitators of the MOVE program were amazing, and the specialists that were coming in and really helping us to deep dive into some of those topics, especially around the psychology of weight loss and of healthy thinking, that was fantastic. But then I can't forget my wife and all of the support and assistance she gave through this process as well. How's my life different now? Well, I get to play with my kids. I'm no longer sitting in pain watching other people take part in activities that I wished I could take part in. I'm out there participating. I may not be able to move like I used to. I'm not as fast as I used to be, but at least get to enjoy that time with my teenage kids. I get to wake up every day feeling refreshed and energized rather than dreading what the next hour is going to bring. I even look forward to some of the healthier options that I've turned into regular reoccurrences in my diet, and so I've been able to find ways to take healthy food and make it fun and interesting and something that I actually look forward to every day. If I could say one thing to a veteran that has had the MOVE program recommended to them, I would say don't underestimate it. It's something that, like I said, I did not think that it was going to have as big of an impact on me, and that I didn't really feel like I was going to get any value out of, and I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. And so I would encourage you to just go in with an open mind, listen to the experts that are there to help you, listen to the other veterans that are struggling beside you. I just want to say thank you to Mina and to the MOVES program nationally for, I'm hoping that there are many more success stories like mine, and I just want to say thank you for putting this program together.